In this video, I am going to explain about keywords in exception handling. We know that when exception occurs in a Java program, then program execution will not be continued further and it will display one system defined message. System defined message is a message which cannot be understandable by the normal user. So, as a Java programmer, we need to convert system defined message into user friendly messages. User friendly messages are the messages which can be understandable by the normal user. So, in order to convert the system defined messages into user friendly messages, we use the concept of exception handling. In exception handling, we have 5 keywords. They are try, catch, finally, throw and throws. So by using these keywords, we can convert system defined messages into user friendly messages. Now in this video, I'll explain try and catch keywords with the help of an example. All of you see this Java program. This is a Java program to divide two numbers. Here we have 3 integer variables x, y, z. X value is 10, y value is 5 and x by y value will be stored in variable z. In the last statement, we are printing the value of x by y. So instead of x by y, we can write z also. Okay. So here I am saving the program. Now we will try to compile and execute this program. The program name here is exception example 1. So now we will compile this program. Javac exception example 1.java. So we didn't get any error at the time of compilation. Now we will try to execute the program. Java space exception example 1. So we didn't get any exception at the time of execution. So we got the output as 2 because 10 by 5 value is 2. So we got the output as 2. So now in place of y equals to 0, if I write y equals to 5, if I write y equals to 0, what happens? We will check the compilation and execution once again. Okay. So now I am compiling the program. Javac exception example 1.java. So no errors at the time of compilation. Now I'll execute the program. So when I execute the program, I got an exception like java.lang.arithmetic exception division by 0. Because here in this program, the denominator value is 0. So what is the value of 10 by 5? X by y means 10 by 0. Right. So what is the value of 10 by 0? 10 by 0 value is infinity. But if you observe here, 10 is an integer value, 0 is also integer value. So the result of 10 by 0 should also be one integer value. So here infinity is not an integer value. So x by y value cannot be calculated and it cannot produce infinity as the output. So this statement is a problematic statement. Here you just need to remember only one point. That is here z integer z equals to x by y is a problematic statement. Okay, you just need to remember this point. Now we will see another program. Exception example 1.java. This is the program. This is also a program to divide two numbers. Okay, but here I don't know the values of x and y. So I want to pass the values of x and y at the time of executing the program as a command line arguments. Okay, so now we will try to compile this program. Javac exception example 1.java. No errors. Now we will try to execute Java exception example 1.1. Okay, so when we execute the program, this is the statement to execute the program, right? So at the time of executing the program, we should pass two values. So here I am passing 10 and Here I am passing 10 and 5. At the time of executing the program, I am passing two values. They are 10 and 5. These values are called command line arguments. Okay, if you want, you can pass the values to your program at the time of executing the program like this. Okay. Now, these arguments are called command line arguments because we are passing these values at the command prompt. This is called command prompt, right? We are passing these values from command prompt. So, these values are called command line arguments. Now, these two values are received by this array. We know that main function always takes string array as arguments. Here args of 0 is the first element and args of 1 is the second element. Here if you observe, the first value in the command prompt will be stored in args of 0 and second value, that is 5, will be stored in args of 1. So here args of 0 stores 10 value will be stored in args of 0 and 5 value will be stored in args of 1. If you observe, args of 0 and args of 1 are of type string, right? So that is, now 10 is stored as a string value like this. But we need to convert string 10 to integer 10 like this. Okay, without double quotation. Now the first one is called the string 10 and the second value is called the integer 10. So now we need to convert string 10 into integer 10. In order to convert string 10 into integer 10, we should use the parseInt function. Parse means conversion, right? We are converting from other type to integer type. So when we pass 10 to this function, then this function converts string 10 to integer 10. This is a function in parseInt is a function in integer class. So we should call this function as integer.parseInt because parseInt is a static member function in integer class. In order to call the static functions, we should use the class name. Here parseInt is a function in integer class. So we should call parseInt function as integer.parseInt of args of 0. So this statement will convert string 10 to integer 10. Now, so here also string 5 will be converted to integer 5. So finally we are calculating the value of x by y and the result will be stored. So now we will try to execute the program. So when we execute the program, we got the output as 2. Okay, because there are no errors. So now I'll try to execute this program once again, but here instead of 5 I'll give 0. So sorry, instead of 10 and 5, here I am writing ABC is the first argument and XYZ is the second argument. Okay, so now we will get one exception, that is number format exception. We got an exception like this, that is number format exception. We got this error because if you observe, ABC will be stored in args of 0. So here we are trying to convert string value, that is string ABC into integer value. We are trying to convert string XYZ value into integer value, which is not possible. Okay, in the previous case the string contains digits, so we can convert 10 to integer value because that string contains the digits, but here the string contains alphabets, so we cannot convert this string to integers. So in this case we get number format exception. So from this we can say that these are the problematic statements because we may get error at this particular statement. If you pass integer values as command line arguments, okay, if you pass integers as arguments, then we don't get any errors. If you pass strings as arguments, then we will get errors. Okay, so these three statements are called problematic statements. So it is always recommended to write problematic statements within the try block like this. Okay, we should always write the problematic statements in the try block. That is about try block. In the next class I will explain about catch block. Okay, in the next video I will explain about catch block. So first of all we should write all the problematic statements in the try block.